Another offseason in the books. Well, almost. We haven't got to the draft yet. The draft, the most important thing about this whole process, this whole collaboration. That's why it all started, to improve in the draft. That's why they got Joe Douglas. So it really doesn't matter what the Eagles are doing right now. It matters what they do in late April when those prospects walk up those steps at the Art Museum. It's going to be an awesome scene. Jerry Burton is here. I'm Adrian Fedke. We're going to discuss a little bit about the press conferences from last week. I know it's already like kind of long ago already, but whatever. We'll delve into it right now. Jeremy, how's it going, man?
Yeah, what's up, Adrian? Enjoying the off season here. It was I think it was last week when Lurie and Doug were talking, but one of the biggest things I took out of this is, Howie might just be the supervisor of this draft, and he's like taking orders from, taking Joe Douglas's advice. I really think Joe Douglas might be, call him the GM. He's the guy, and that's fine. This is the most confident I've felt. We talked about this before the show about going into a draft. So, yeah, Lurie was saying, he was talking to all the other owners in the owners' meetings, and he was getting so much praise from, not only being able to get Carson last offseason, but after the draft last May, bringing in Joe Douglas and Andy Weidel. That was a key, and they obviously have a lot of praise from other teams, other owners around the league. So this is huge for our team, and it's a key cog. They're key cogs in this process, as Philadelphia loves to.
Another process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. Yeah, man. So, dude, I am pumped. I am confident about this draft for the first time in years. I know that Howie isn't in control. It's Joe's draft. And it's funny. It's like Howie's getting all this credit from people for everything that's going on this offseason. But, I mean, you said it, man. Like, it's almost like Joe Douglas is the GM. And Howie, he's just basically just signing the contracts. He's not picking out these players because a lot of these players have connections with the coaching staff. So basically that's what's going on there. The coaches are bringing in the players. Howie's signing the contracts. Howie's going to make the trades. This collaboration is using everybody's strength to their full effectiveness. And that's why the collaboration is great. It's going to work. I can't believe I'm saying that. Oh, my God. Howie Roseman is going to be a part of the collaboration, and he's going to work out just fine because he's just going to make those trades, and he's going to sign those contracts, and he's going to work that cap. And that's all he's going to do. That's all he's going to do. The rest of it, bitch work. He's the team's bitch.
Those are his strengths. You saw what he did last offseason, using those two trades to get from 13 to 2, drafting our franchise quarterback. He's never had an issue with the salary cap. He knows how to work that. Utmost confidence in him in that spot. So, yeah, using everybody to their strength. I never, we talked trash on this collaboration so much, prior to getting Joe Douglas, last offseason and even the offseason before that, whenever. But finally, things are coming together.
Yeah, and he really does work that cap really well. He works it just as well as, Fred Durst that Yankees cap used to wear all the time. He really rocks that cap well. So all right. So we kind of went into the collaboration. We'll talk a little bit about Alshon Jeffery. And the question I have for you is, have you ever seen a unicorn jizz?
I can't say I have.
Neither have I. But I swear to God, the way Dougie was dressed at the coach's breakfast, again looking like a Teletubby, and he was just creaming his pants talking about Alshon Jeffery. So I swear, like if he would have he probably jizzed out rainbow colors at the press conference, at the coach's breakfast, talking about Alshon Jeffery. And I am so excited for him to come to Philly. I like, oh my God, dude! You could literally, just like Adam Gase said, throw it up and he'll go get it.
Yeah, that's something we haven't had since 2004. With T.O. We haven't had that X receiver at all. We had, we had a burner here and there with Deshaun. Macklin was a solid receiver, but he was smaller. No, we haven't had 6'3", 230-pound guy that can, with the catch radius he has since T.O. Remember the McNabb years with always with all the Pinkstons and the Trash, James Trash and Nate Brown, and the list goes on and on. It's just so nice to have such a weapon, and he's gonna catch his first touchdown pass from Carson. Carson will put it exactly where it needs to be, not like he has to, because like Adam Gase said, put it in. There's a big radius. It's just a big radius around his head. He'll go up and get it. But he's going to catch his first touchdown pass at the link. Place is going to erupt. He's going to fall in love with Philly, and this it is just a 1-year deal. But ultimately the goal is he just turned 26. He's 26. Just turned 27.
Wow.
He can easily sign him to like a 5-year deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And dude, like, I can't wait for that first 3rd and 5, and he runs that stop route, and he's actually going to catch the ball, unlike Nelson Aguilar and DGB. It's not going to bounce off his hands. He's going to catch it. He's going to make it look easy. And Carson can overthrow it. It's all good. He'll effortlessly pluck it out of the air. No big deal. So he's going to be getting you 3rd and 5s. He's going to be getting you touchdowns in the red zone. He's going to be going deep. Oh my God, he can do everything, dude. And I don't think people understand what he can bring to the table. They look at the stats and they see that he's missed a lot of games, and they're concerned about the injury history. And sure, you can be a little concerned about that, but the skill set is there, and you watch the tape. All you got to do is watch the tape, and dude, it just pops out on the screen. He's a top 10 wide receiver in this league.
Yeah, you literally just took that sentence out of my mouth. I was just going to blurt. He's a top 10 receiver in this league. To try and name me more than 10 receivers better than him.
Well, people like, some people do not like Alshon Jeffery. So
wow.
Like, some people, like, I was talking to somebody that actually thought Brandon Cooks was better than him. I'm like, you're fucking drunk. You're high.
Yeah, there's things Brandon Cooks can't do that Alshon can. That's just a fact.
It is a fact. It's such a fact.
So Brandon Cooks has his strengths, and he's going to thrive in New England because they're going to use him to his strengths. That's what New England does. But Alshon, he gives the Eagles something that we haven't had in 13 years, and I'm just so excited. Carson going into year 2, kept Coach Phipp around, DiFilippo with really big for his development. The question Lurie was asked was about Carson's development in year 2 and how important it was. But he didn't say that was his decision. There was some speculation that it was. He said that was Doug. Doug wanted that. There was some speculation that Lurie made that call and blocked him from getting the OC job in New York. But anyway, with Mike Rowe and having the connection with Alshon and just the offensive coaching staff we have in place, we're going to use Jeffrey, and we're going to use him right. And it opens up Torrey Smith, who can stretch the field, and we still got Matthews in the slot. This is really looking up for Carson. Carson is he's really happy.
Yes, and we're all going to jizz like unicorns this season. It's going to be amazing. So let's talk Joe Mixon. You got to do your due diligence, as Jeffrey Lurie likes to say. And the perfect example of bringing in a player with a little checkered past is Michael Vick. So obviously we've already been through this whole ordeal. So bringing in, if they do draft Joe Mixon, it's basically half. It's going to be half the circus of the Vick thing. So this is almost child's play for the Eagles if they drafted him. But so my question to you: it's second round of the draft. Joe Mixon is there on the board. Would you take him?
I absolutely would, just because what he can do on the football field. Yeah, I would never condone what he did off the field, but that was in 2014. What was that? Is he 18, 19-year-old little punk? Hopefully you have to do your due diligence, like you said. Do all the interviews. Bring him in. Get to see if he's matured a little bit, and bring him on for his versatility. If he passed your personality test or whatever. If you pass the interview 1-on-1, getting to know him as a person, then I think his on-the-field strengths would be huge for this team. Carson needs an all-around back. I mean, arguably he's, a top 3, 2, 3 running back in this draft. So he's in the second. If he's there in the second round, and we already addressed the defense in the first round, absolutely, I would take it. I honestly think a team like the Packers might take him in the first round. And they're in the 20s. I wouldn't be surprised if he does go in the late first round. But if he's there in the second round, I absolutely would.
This brings up a discussion that Sean Brace and I had last week on the Philly Influencer podcast, and this brought up the name Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook doesn't exactly have a great history either. He's got a checkered past as well, but Mixon's is more what's the word? People know. There you go. So people know more about the Mixon thing than the Cook thing, and then the reason why is because of the video, and it looks bad. It looks really bad, just like the Ray Rice thing. So. On the Brace podcast, I said I didn't want him, but then once we started talking Dalvin Cook, then I'm like, well, I'm hypocritical if I say I don't want him. So I guess I would take him, but yeah, you definitely have to do your due diligence, and I do think he's a legitimate threat to be a really good running back in the NFL. He has a similar skill set to Dalvin Cook in the way that he can run, kind of between the tackles and catch the ball out of the backfield. Joe Mixon, he ran what was it, like 4.45, whatever it was?
Yeah,
and he's
around 4.4.
Yeah,
4.44, I think, or something.
And that's pretty insane because he's 230 pounds. So he's huge. Yeah, that and I know you wanted to bring up a point about Wendell Smallwood and something that Pederson was saying. So I'll kind of let you go there.
Yeah, it was interesting. Well, Pederson likes in that breakfast. I don't know if he just had too much to eat in the morning. He couldn't articulate very well, but I swear he was pausing and he just kept saying, he's a guy.
He kept thinking about Alshon, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he just kept repeating well, that's a guy. So he was asked directly about Wendell Smallwood. My point is that he, paused and just basically said, he's a guy. He'll compete. He'll have a role. Just basically saying he is just another guy. Like you and I both thought he was when we drafted him last year. He's not going to be a 3-down back ever. He's a guy that might, once Sproles leaves after this year, he might kind of try and fill that role a little bit. But I don't think anybody can fill Mighty Mouse's role quite like Mighty Mouse. But he's going to be in the rotation. It's going to be a 3-headed monster with somebody. I basically think, from what Doug said in the press conference, that we're going to draft a running back. I totally see it. And there's going to be a 3-headed monster with Smallwood will come in and compete and be a guy, and you got Sproles and whoever we draft. Byron Marshall might be, he might be a practice squad guy, or if he makes the team over someone else, I don't know. But what was interesting is that he didn't have real high praises for Wendell Smallwood. He's not Alshon Jeffery for sure.
Yeah. Think about Smallwood. It's I remember how much praise he was getting last year during the spring practices. Everyone was saying he looks so good, blah 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 blah. But you watch the tape at West Virginia, he's a one-cut runner. That's he's kind of limited in what he can do. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, but he's just a one-cut guy. And all this talk that people were saying, I just didn't see it. And he basically was who I thought he was. He's just a guy. He's Wendell Smallwood. He's a running back. He's just whoever, he's just a guy, just like Sam Gatto was for the Packers. Just a random dude. That's what he is. So, all right, I want to move on to Chris Long and Patrick Robinson. I made a small video on these two guys, but I'll let you kind of give your thoughts on these two signings.
I really like the Chris Long signing. I mean, we would like to have him 6 years ago, but he's 32 now, but he's just coming from winning a championship. He's back in a comfortable city where his family's from, his wife's from. He's familiar with the area. He loves the fans. He was talking about, he played his first game ever as a Ram week 1. he was chasing around Donovan McNabb lining up against Trey Thomas. He's like, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? He was a rookie, but he embraced, like, he mentioned the fight song and stuff like that. He seems like a really good fit, schematically with Jim Schwartz. We're going to run a defense more similar to what he did in St. Louis, where he had a lot more success. He was only with the Patriots the 1 year, and they ran more of a 3-4 defense. But coming from a winning organization, even if it's just for a year with the Patriots, coming here, the locker room, what I think an impact he can have as a veteran. Basically, he's taking Connor Barwin's spot, but Schwartz is going to use that rotation. He's going to rotate probably 7 or 8 guys along the whole D line, so including the D tackles. It's going to be a great unit, I think, with Graham and Long, and hopefully Vinny Curry can step up and rush the passer a little bit. Steven
starter money, man. Jesus.
Stephen Means another year in. I like him more than Marcus Smith. I don't even want Marcus Smith to make the team. And then, you got the D tackles with Bo Allen's got to step up with next to Cox. So I think it's a great signing as a veteran. And then Patrick Robinson, same kind of deal. Veteran corner. We knew we had to sign one. We don't have a single starter. Except Jalen Mills, if you're going to throw him in as a starter. So that was definitely necessary, and hopefully we can pair Robinson with our first-round draft pick as a corner. Be our starters. That's what I kind of see happening.
So you're wagging the finger of Jalen Mills as a starter. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he can't start.
I was kind of joking. I felt like doing a finger wag. That's all.
Yeah, but he's our best corner before we sign Robinson. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah. Fucking Patrick Robinson's our best corner. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So I guess I'll just use this time to kind of clarify what I was saying about Chris Long before. I think people were assumed I hated it. No, I like the signing. But my point was I think people are getting ahead of themselves as to the production that he's going to he's not going to get you 8, 9, 10 sacks. He's going to get you 3, 4, 5. But he's a solid signing because you didn't get him for that much money. You didn't have to pay a lot for him. So it is a solid signing. Honestly, I'm intrigued by the Patrick Robinson signing because of this tidbit. Because 2 years ago in San Diego, he was excellent. He was amazing. He stunk in New Orleans. He was terrible. Oh my God, he was awful. But that 1 year in San Diego, he was really, really good. And then last year he got hurt, struggled with the Colts or whatever. I think he only played 6 or 7 games. So I'm hoping that they can catch lightning in a bottle with him. I'm hoping that he returns to form and becomes the same player he was 2 years ago. And if they get some sort of production like that, then the signing is going to be this excellent signing. It really is. So Patrick Robinson, we'll see. Because if he sucks, you only spent $2 million on him. So it's like the Ruben Randall thing and the Chris Givens thing. You're taking a shot in the dark. You're hoping you can find gold, and you're hoping he doesn't turn out like Leotis McKelvin. So yeah, there you go. All right, so we'll just go ahead.
Yeah, I think the Robinson signing. I think it was just like the Chance Warmack. It was a 1 year, $1 million, just like Warmack was. I think Warmack was 1.5. And another thing I liked about Chris Long. I just wanted to throw this in there. I love his attitude when he got cut by the Rams. He's like, yeah, I should have been cut. I'm not surprised. I sucked the last 2 years. That's cool. He wants to.
That seems like something like the Long Boys would say too.
Yeah. I think he just fits Jim Schwartz's hard-nosed, attitude, and I didn't know that much about Patrick Robinson. I applaud the Chris Long signing more than Robinson just because I really didn't know that much about the guy. You knew a lot more. He had I didn't even know he had that great of a year in San Diego. Yeah. I heard he was hurt last year with the Colts, but so I just wanted to throw that other thing what he said. Chris Long, yeah, he comes from a good gene pool, That's it.
For real. Let's see. All right. Just last thing on the topic list I got. Just Kelly Green uniforms. Bring it back.
Oh,
Oh,
um,
the Chip Kelly Green, baby.
oh god, the Kelly Green is nice. Didn't we? Didn't Shady have? There was a Shady Kelly Green jersey. Didn't we have an alternate like years ago for one game?
We did it in 2010 against the Packers. I
It was
remember.
2010. Yeah, that was the last time. That was a long time ago. But
Week 1.
well,
That was that. The only reason why I remember that game because like Stuart Bradley almost died on the field.
yes, that was the game. Yeah, I would. I mean, I honestly like the black uniforms. Some people don't, but that
I
would,
love that. They're awesome.
people were talking about bringing the Kelly Green as the alternate, which would the black. I mean, I'd be all for it if we can alternate the alternates and still have the black and the Kelly Green and have a little like I hate the white jersey. It's just not.
It is plain. Yeah.
I don't like the white.
I guess every team has their white jersey though, but like yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like I never buy the white jersey. Like whenever I get a new player or something, like I never get the white one. The only one I have is like a Westbrook one, and that's like the only white one I have. Everything else is green or black or like Kelly Green.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the rule that why can't we wear Kelly Green?
I'm honestly not sure.
I mean, I should know this, but I don't.
Is it something with like Lurie's ex-wife?
Are you serious? Really? It's something to do with his ex-wife?
She's the one that kept the uniforms in, or she's the one that. I honestly, I don't know. Something she had something to do with the jerseys, whether it was changing to midnight green or keeping. You know, I think she brought along the midnight green. I think that's what his ex-wife did, and she still has like say or something. I don't know. I don't think that's the reason we're not switching to Kelly Green. I really don't know, but I think she has.
I'm saying it has to do with helmets. In 2013, the league, based on the advice of its head, neck, and spine committee and player safety advisory panel, passed the rule that prohibited teams from using more than one helmet in a given season. Those committees found that a broken-in helmet was far safer than one fresh out of the box. So one of those teams, the Philadelphia Eagles, who were hoping to bring back their spectacular Kelly Green throwbacks, proposed a change in the rule that would allow teams to wear one alternate helmet in a season. The competition committee informed owner Jeffrey Lurie that the rule had no chance of passing, and he withdrew the proposal.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, but this is from this year, so there you go. Fuck, no Kelly Greens. Boo.
Well,
Fuck.
the whole safety, the whole CTE thing. Sad news I saw today. Charlie Gardner came out and said that he's been battling, bouts of what he thinks is CTE on a daily basis, struggling with the trauma, the head trauma. It's no joke. And if that's the reason, then I get it.
Yeah, I get it too. It just sucks. That's all. Just a shame.
Yeah, they are cool.
Spray. Just bring back the Kelly Green as your uniform. Just that's your uniform.
Do that instead of the midnight. I totally agree.
Yeah. Why? Why can't they do that? Fuck this jersey they have right now is ugly. It's atrocious. I hate it. Stupid. Stupid jersey. Yeah. All right. We were going to make this a long show today, so we'll kind of cut it off right now, even though I still think we probably got like 30 minutes anyway. So final thoughts? You got anything you want to say?
Well, I can't wait for the draft to be just like 3 miles down the road from where my apartment is. We're coming up on 3 weeks now, so there's that. We probably won't. I don't know if we'll do a show until draft preview. So we're getting closer, man. And Phillies are about to lock down this win. So opening day is always fun, and a little bit of
first place, baby. First place, Phillies.
Baseball's on. Spring is here. Draft's around the corner. It's a good time to be in Philly.
Do you smell that? Spring is in the air. All right, so yeah, that about wraps it up for this show. That's Jeremy Burton. I'm Adrian Fenke. Go Phillies. World Series or bust. Later.